Okay. We're here at the scene of, unfortunately, a homicide. About 1 o'clock this afternoon, a shooting occurred here behind me that, by all accounts, at right now, what I believe that we have is a road rage shooting, that unfortunately a man lost his life. What it appears is that we do have video of the shooting that occurred. The victim the victim still here on scene, deceased. He pulled up. He's seen to pull up at the location. Shortly thereafter, a suspect vehicle pulls up. A pickup truck that I won't be parting with too much information because we do have a person of interest that we're following up on right now. Pickup truck pulls up. The victim approaches that pickup truck on foot. Words seem to be exchanged. There's no audio on the videotape, of course. But then shortly thereafter, it appears that somebody within the truck fires at least one shot. The victim is struck at least one time in the upper body and then falls and died, is pronounced here on scene. A SAPD officer that was off duty that happened to be nearby, he and some other passersby pulled up, tried to administer first aid, but unfortunately were unsuccessful despite their best efforts, and the victim died here on scene. The victim is believed to be a man in his late 30s. At present, that's all I'm able to release. The suspect vehicle is a dark-colored pickup truck that we will try to get some pictures or video out later on this evening. But as of right now, that's what we're working on. We're going to continue to follow up leads. We're asking anybody with any information on who this shooter might be to please give us a call, 210-335-6000. Esta tarde, aproximadamente la 1 de la tarde, tuvimos un incidente aquí donde un hombre fue baleado y falleció aquí en la escena de los hechos. Ahorita se aparenta que ellos parece que tuvieron un argumento que escaló hasta el punto que la víctima se le acercó a una camioneta oscura. Se aparenta que alguien dentro de esa camioneta le disparó hacia la víctima fue baleado, cayó aquí y falleció aquí en la escena de los hechos. La víctima es un hombre que está en sus 30s. Ahorita no tenemos el nombre de él, pero se sabe que la camioneta que estamos buscando ahorita era una camioneta oscura, no sé la marca ahorita, pero nuestros oficiales están siguiendo información. A nosotros nos interesa saber si alguien tiene información tocante quién puede ser este sospechoso, que por favor nos hablen al 210-335-6000. Any questions?
Sheriff, you said that at least one shot was fired?
Yes.
More or just one?
At present, all I know is at least one, but again, we don't know if it was multiple people inside the vehicle or just one shooter. But again, all we have is at this point, all we have verified is at least one gunshot wound. All we have verified is one gunshot wound to the upper body. Yes, ma'am.
Earlier we saw there was a lot of witnesses. Were they also in the store when the shooter fired?
The store was pretty busy at the time. Some were outside in the parking lot, some were inside the store, so we were able to get whatever information we could, identified everybody really good, and then let them go on about their way.
So you believe that the road rage happened somewhere around here and the victim pulled in to get gas?
That's what the early theory is, that there must have been some sort of an argument elsewhere that ended up at this point. The best we can tell is the victim pulled up. A few moments later, the truck pulls up. The victim approaches on foot and then is shot shortly thereafter.
Any indication they may have known each other?
At this point, it doesn't look like it. Again, nothing would surprise me at this point to find out, but at this point, there are no indicators that there was any sort of relationship.
What kind of...
I was going to just general advice people that are potentially involving some kind of road rage incident. What should they do?
I mean, look, unfortunately, this is an incident or something that has the potential of happening anywhere at any time. And so while I don't want people to just be petrified that you're going to go out in public and get shot, that's certainly not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that this is a scenario that we continue to see play out to a certain degree. Unfortunately, it's just not worth it. The days of being able to argue it out or throwing hand signs up of any sort, it's just not worth it. At that point, it's best to turn the other cheek, move on elsewhere, try to get yourself away from somebody. Because many times we do have incidences where people are saying, gosh, I don't know, this guy just wouldn't stop following me. He was pursuing me, and he was trying to instigate some sort of a confrontation. If you ever find yourself in that situation, try to build up distance as the best you can, as safely as you can, and call 911 and let us handle it. The last thing you want to do is get out and confront somebody because something like this may happen.
Sheriff, was there any indication that the victim may have had a weapon and may have threatened the other man?
At this point, the victim is here. He's wearing no shirt right now. I don't know if that's as a result of the military or the medical intervention that took place. I don't believe he was armed. At this point, we don't have any sort of indication that he was.
And can you tell us what kind of car he was driving, so if anybody saw anything on the road?
The victim here is driving a light-colored sedan, and then the vehicle in question is a dark-colored pickup truck. Sí, nosotros nomás lo que sabemos ahorita es que pues no sabemos si tenían relaciones estos dos, si se conocían. Nosotros pensamos que fue un argumento de una clase de argumento que tuvieron problemas por alguna razón. La víctima se le acercó a la camioneta oscura y ya alguien de ahí le disparó varias veces. La víctima venía en un carro blanco. Y el sospechoso iba en una camioneta oscura, pero es todo lo que sabemos ahorita.
¿Tienen videos de vigilancia y testigos?
Sí tenemos videos de vigilancia del negocio aquí, que podemos ver mucho del incidente, y sí tenemos información de los testigos que vieron lo que pasó.
¿Es preocupante que esto esté pasando a plena luz del día?
Mira, nosotros ya sabemos que cada día nosotros recibimos llamadas que alguien tuvieron problemas con otra persona en las carreteras, en los caminos, y se disgustan, ¿verdad? Pero ya esos incidentes es mejor evitar ese problema. Muchas veces recibimos una llamada que alguien me iba persiguiendo, me iban siguiendo, me iban haciendo señales, y pues nos paramos. Es mejor no pararse cuando tienen un problema así. Es mejor que siguen manejando. Marque al 911 y deja a nosotros que nos encargamos de esa situación, porque no queremos esta situación que vaya siguiendo. Well, at this point, this suspect is certainly looking at the very least, a murder charge at this point. We'll go from there once we're able to discover this person. Now, if somebody out there knows possibly who this shooter is, we are considering this shooter to be armed and dangerous. And so we're asking anybody with any information or happens to know where this person is, do not confront this individual. Please give us a call and let us handle that situation.
Sheriff, one last question. I assume that you have the license plate of the suspect vehicle on surveillance video?
Well, I don't know that we've got a license plate, but we do have a pretty good vehicle description based upon what we see.
And you said you have a good lead on who the shooter might be?
We do have a person of interest developed at this point. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sure, just one last thing. So since the victim approached the suspect, could it be considered, potentially, standing your ground or,
He never, from what is being described to me, he never got close enough to even remotely be a threat. The shooter was inside a vehicle, confined in the vehicle. The victim was approaching, and from a distance away, is actually described as about at least a 10 or 15 foot distance, not armed. So at this point, it doesn't appear that any claims of self-defense or anything like that are going to be taken seriously.
Estimate time for this happened?
It happened around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Yes. Okay, thank y'all.